Howdy on Mojang Lives. I think it's time we play a little Minecraft. Alright. Polished andesite. I must be down in here for andesite, right? I never have enough andesite. Ever. I should probably head over to the desert to do this because I also need glass. And if I go to the desert, I think I went up the wrong waterfall. If I go to the desert, I'll be able to both grab andesite and cook up some glass. So let's head over there. Yeah, I'm on, 16.1 now? 16's officially out. So we got the full-on finalized Nether update. Although I've been all over the place, so who knows how far I've got to go to hit Nether update. Don't eat me. It feels kind of weird. I'm really close to my TV today. So, like, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I think 3 weeks ago at this point, power went out, right? And so I had to get the generator going because we can't be without power here. I mean, we could, but then the basement will flood. And so not like massive amounts of flooding, but one time since we came here, moved here, there's a lot of horribleness going on outside my door here. I feel like my bow is weak. Ow. But the water raised up it. So the house I'm in has a wood floor basement, and so there isn't like like cement or anything. I mean, I imagine that the posts that hold the house up are cemented in place, but there isn't cement underneath the floor necessarily, and so the water can and has filled up underneath of there to the point where it seeps through the floor a little bit. Oh, I could probably use this. And so there's a sump pump. Anyways, nothing to do with the story I'm telling here. Well, I mean, not much. Anyways, and so big storms coming through, right? And before it even gets here, the power gets knocked out. And they said it was the wind, but here where I'm at, we didn't have a lot of wind. But you could see, I have complained a lot over the years about the infrastructure here, and I think this was one of those instances where the infrastructure failed, and I was looking to see how many torches I had. And so what happened was, because you can go online and see the map, right? The outage map. And so the outage map showed that the one of the large towns nearby lost power, and so when they lost power, we lost power because the grid can't handle it. And when I say nearby, I don't mean like 6 miles from here. I mean like 45-minute drive from here. And so when that went down, then the next one went down. It was just a big cascade effect. And so, but we were down. We were without power for like, once again, the amount of time doesn't matter to the story. But it was like 5.5 hours. Um, and it only rained. It probably only rained for like 40 minutes. Uh, and so it was mostly just windy. And but anyways, so I was the only one home, and so I had to get the generator out. So during winter, they had sent out a warning that people were likely to lose power due to an ice storm, and so we had gotten the generator out and um, checked it out and everything. Made sure it would start, and we didn't lose power that time. And so then uh, the generator's just sitting in the garage, and we have started redoing. Well, we started to redo our bathroom, and then everything got shut down with the pandemic, and so that side of the garage is full of the supplies for the guy we hired to do the bathroom. And the generator is mixed in with all of that. And so I was like, oh man, oh, there's what I was looking for. I'm just blind. I put all those torches so I'd know where it was at, and then I couldn't find it. And so so I had to move a bunch of that stuff by myself to get the generator out, and then of course there's a lot more than that. There's a lot of junk in the garage. Once again, it falls under the it's not mine, so I don't feel like I should have to clean it, and so it just piles up because the people who are making the mess just keep making a bigger and bigger mess. And so anyways, so I got the generator freed from all the stuff, and I had to pull it from one side of the garage to the other, once again by myself, and then run all the cords, because we have to run extension cord from here in the basement up out through a window, and then I feel like I don't know where I'm at in all this mess here. And so it was a big hassle, right? Well, then the next day my back started to hurt really bad, and I've never had it hurt in this particular spot. So I don't know what I did, but it feels like I must have pulled the muscles along my rib cage in the back, and on my dominant arm. So it sucks. But it's not terrible when it first happened. And so I just, oof, that hurt kind of thing. And then yeah, so then a couple of days go by and it's fine, and then I forget what I did, and I went out and did some yard work, I know, and then it started to hurt again. I'm like, ooh, this isn't good. And Only I heard a lot worse that time, and so um, then I was trying to think. I don't remember all the things I've done, but it stops hurting after a couple of days, and then I'll be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'm feeling good," and then I'll go and I'll do something, and then it'll flare right back up. So I was, what did I do? I was doing a whole bunch of something where I was leaned over using just my right arm to move stuff, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. And it wasn't anything like major. It's just that there was a lot of it, and I can't for the life of me remember what that was. But it started to hurt again, and so I was like, "Ooh, I think I'm just gonna skip mowing the lawn because the lawn uses a lot of shoulder movement." And so our lawn is looking pretty dead at the moment, anyways. There's only a couple of patches that even look like they need to be mowed, and so I wasn't too particularly worried about it. And well, then I've got this table that I built, and I'm not a furniture maker, so I was like, what can I do to fit a table where I need a table? And basically, I need it so that uh, it doesn't have all the. Now look, I torched this to show me that this is the way, but then this is on the left-hand side. Oh, this is on the right-hand side. Here we go. And so I built this table, and it's made out of pipes, and then it's got a uh, I cut a board that I had from an old desk that I used to use, and I made it. It's basically just keyboard, my two keyboards because I have two keyboards and mouse pad in size. And so that board sits on a framework I made up of pipes. Well, sometimes those pipes come apart because they're just pipes, and I used connectors. They have like pipe connectors, and so I use those. And so it's not like it's something amazing, but sometimes those pipe connectors wiggle to the point where the one pipe comes loose because it's really hard to get them all to fit in tight together when they just all feed into each other. Um, and so, like, it's fine if you have a straight line of pipes because you just keep twisting the pipe at the end, right, to tighten it down. Well, when your pipe feeds into another pipe the way these do, and they go around corners and they connect in, it's just like one contiguous line of pipes, basically, in an L shape. And so sometimes they come apart, and so of course, while my back is bothering me, it's not so much my back as my side, really. But as my back is bothering me, the pipes come apart, and uh, so I spent some time uh, trying to pull the pipe apart, um, because I wanted to. Well, the part that came apart, I just put it back together. But there was another part where it had loosened to the point where it wasn't staying up straight anymore, and so I wanted to see if I could twist that pipe all the way around, um, and tighten it down so that I could get a straight, you know, up and down pipe again. And so I did all that work on my table, and was a bad idea, let me tell you. I was in so much pain yesterday. And so today I am. Why is this not lit up? I am sitting in my VR chair I bought to play VR in front of the chair I normally sit in because I found that the chair I normally sit in doesn't give my back enough support when it gets like this. And so I don't even know where this is going. So yeah, so I'm not feeling too bad today, but I am closer to my TV than I normally am. Just a little weird. I'm just following with the torches on the right because that is the scheme that I usually use. I'm not good at it though. I don't know what the deal is, but it seems to make so much sense when you're putting them in place, and then when you try to follow them back out, it's like, I just don't know where they're going. I did put some right in the middle down there, but that was just because I didn't know if I was going to have to explore deeper. In the middle just means I'm lighting it up. On the left-hand side is where I normally put my torches, and then that way I can follow them on the right-hand side. I don't remember who I stole that from. It definitely wasn't my idea. I got it off of a Let's Play that I was watching, and so it's definitely not mine, but it is something that I try to use. Uh, yeah, I got the new, well, I guess it's not new anymore, but I got the Spider-Man game for the PlayStation 4. Been playing that a little bit. I got this game called Superland that I just finished. I kind of like that. Um, it's a little weird though because like I just there's just too much. I can't take any more andesite. All right. Great. So not only do I not know where I'm at, but I didn't come out in the desert. Um, in fact, I don't even see desert from here. So Superland is kind of like it's a platformer, I guess. Like wow, how far did I come? Like seriously, I explored this cave from this direction. I don't know where I'm at though. Um, so it's a platformer, kind of like Ratchet and Clank. Uh, and oop, I just random torch down. And so there's less bad guys though. It's not as bad guy intensive. It's more 3D puzzle ish. It's not dissimilar from something like um, Portal or Chromagun, but with bad guys. And so your your Play-Doh people or clay people, whatever, in a sandbox and there's two main colors. There's blue and red, and they hate each other. Well, I guess they hate each other, and so the blue have turned off the water supply, and so the reds don't have any water. Meanwhile, there's this kid who is watching you as you play through the game in the background. He's a giant, right? Because you're just a tiny little Play-Doh person, and but so like you get a wooden sword, and eventually you get some other tools. Like I got a gun, I got some armor, I got a tether gun. You get a force cube, um, which is just a cube that you can make appear, um, and at the end of the game you get a teleportation kind of gun, and I got some armor, potion to make me strong, that kind of stuff. And so most of it is just fighting these little skeleton guys and trying to progress through the levels or gain money or, stuff like that. Man, I'd almost say that I am behind. Whew, I don't know where I'm at, but look at that. That is spectacular. I do like me some crazy Minecraft terrain gen. Oh, look at this over here. Get out of here. I didn't say punch me in the face. I said get out of here. You guys aren't doing a good job of getting out of here. So, I need to get out of here. This is not a direction that I'm familiar with for sure. How could I have traveled this far from the big desert that I was in? It's just crazy. Look at this tunnel though, man. This is... I have to look. Look at this terrain gen. This is crazy. Listen, guys, I'm just passing through. That was crazy. That's a big open tunnel right there. That's really awesome. If I was picking a spot for a base, I'd probably claim that spot. All right. Anyways, so yeah, you go through and like there's a lot of shoot the spot puzzles and place the block and move the thing kind of puzzles. So like you'll shoot a red target, right, with your gun, and because your gun shoots out red balls of energy, and then it'll open a door, but it'll only stay open for a little bit. So you've got to stand in a spot where you are close enough to place the force cube under the door when it opens, and be able to see the red dot you got to shoot. So you shoot and then you turn, you place the force cube, and then the door closes, but it can't close all the way, so you can duck underneath the door, that kind of thing. Or sometimes there's um, block things from moving. I know when I got my tether gun, one of the things I had to do was I had to place a tether between 2 points so that this guy who was, or this woman, I guess it was a woman, uh, was walking back and forth, and so I had to force her to walk a different path so that she would walk across the button, and so basically had to mark it as out of bounds by putting my tether between 2 points. So then instead of going down the path, she was pacing back and forth, so it wasn't like she was trying to get somewhere. And so I just used my tether to basically police line off the path she was using so that she would use the other path. Yeah, I don't know where I'm at. I'm at negative 540, positive 170. So I'm pretty sure my base is this way. I think my numbers are all negatives, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. I'll have to look up my coordinates. I have them written down in case I get lost like this. But yeah, it was pretty good. There's only a couple of spots I had to look up online. What's really weird about looking up online though is like parts of the game have been redone, and so there's like these playthroughs and walkthroughs, but they don't match the game anymore. And I know um, it's always something dumb that I'm just like, oh yeah, I should have realized that that's what the trick was. Um, and so you guys got a lot of eggs going on out here. So like I don't even remember. I don't remember having problems with it necessarily. Oh, I didn't understand how to make the green potion to give me strength. I thought you had to plant. Okay, so like there's sponges in the game occasionally, and so there's this pit of acid, and the guy says like, my grandmother told me about a potion that would give you immense strength. So I have to move these metal balls. They're like I don't know. There used to be this old thing where you put a metal ball on like a uh, shoot, man, I'm gonna die. Where you'd put like a metal ball down on this thing, and then you'd see how far it could go before it fell. Um, and it said different things, and I don't remember what those, but they're kind of like those. I don't know what they would be from. They're just big metal balls. They're like as big as your Play-Doh guy, and so I had to move them, and I needed them to get through a section, and so I had to. Hey, is this the desert? I think this is my desert. Man, I hope this is my desert. And so, oh, there's a creeper. And so, you had to make the green potion. Well, yep, right there's my trees. I did not understand how to make the potions. I didn't do it earlier in the game. The first time that you were told about potions. And so there was a machine that you use. Well, the guy's like, my grandma told me that you just use green acid on a yellow seed. And I'm like, okay. And so I get out a yellow seed and I put it on the ground, and I'm like, okay, nothing's happening. And so I got like slam boots, so I slam my boots down on the seed. Nothing's happening. I'm like, okay, maybe I just got to put the yellow or the sponge full of acid on it. And so I put the sponge full of acid down on it. Well, it didn't work either. Uh, so nothing was working. So I had to look that part up because I just couldn't figure it out. And um, and then uh, it was just a machine. You just had to put the yellow seed in the sponge in this squeezer machine and then push the button. I was like, oh, alright, now I feel like an idiot. This seemed really simple to figure out. But it's stuff like that. And then uh, I know the final boss was pretty crazy. Toward the end of the game, there's these little bugs that eat things. And so you got to put down your tether, and they'll follow the line of your tether. And so I spent a lot of time placing tethers so that the bugs would follow me. And and then it was kind of funny because you had to turn the bad guy at the end of it orange and then let the bugs eat him. And it was quite tricky, but it was a fun game. I liked it. I think I got it from Humble Bundle, but I found it quite enjoyable. Superland. It's called Superland. Well, I think... Oops, that's not where that goes. I think... Oh, dang it. And then I poked a hole I didn't want in there. I think I'm going to call it here. So, with that, be better in the small things, lean into the light, and I will talk to you later.